just said, look.
We're gonna have a good day. And all my homies wanna ride today. And all these mamas look fly today. And all we wanna do is get by today. Hey.
Though, I know it's been a minute. Been working a lot. I'm sorry.
There are 3 dead kids buried in our backyard. They told me where we could find them.
The fuck? What? Who says that?
My daughter had an imaginary friend named Sally. She told me once about how Sally was in jail for chopping her mother's head off.
Right. Wow.
One night, I was babysitting my friend's children. The youngest, who was about 5 years old, drew a picture of a woman hanging from the ceiling. She looked up at me and said, "She told me to draw this. She's coming for you."
Like hell. Hold on. I am so uncomfortable. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I am really uncomfortable right now. I just want to say that. Wow. Okay. Shit like this. See, I want to have kids. You know. Whenever I decide to want to have kids, but if my kids ever, in the slightest of ways, do anything or say anything like this, even come close, I'm talking about like, oh my God, I might kill my kids. I'm not entirely sure, or we may just have to go our separate ways. Cause I don't know if I can fuck with that. Nah. If you
I was looking after my little cousin in Montana one night, and he started telling me about the creeper man, who lives in his mom and dad's bedroom. He brings it up after he visits them. I made the mistake once of asking what he looks like.
Wow.
He said, "Oh, he doesn't have a face." I once babysat a girl named Sarah who used to love when I babysat. I know this because her mom used to tell me how she always requested me over the others. But Sarah took it a step further one evening and said, "When you die, I want to put you in a glass jar so I can keep you and see you forever."
Oh no. Shit.
I lost my boyfriend to a stray bullet a few months back, and when I went to visit his little cousin for a few days after it happened, he came up to me while I was crying. He asked me why I was crying, and so I told him that I missed my boyfriend. He gets this confused look on his face and then says, "Why?" He's sitting on the front porch.
That's not your fucking... No, it's not. That's not him.
I was cuddling my friend's 3-year-old son, and he said, very seriously, "I promise I won't ever chew on your bones.
Oh
I promise."
my... What? Okay. I really wish I had somebody to hold right now, because if y'all are not creeped out right now, I don't know, y'all. There's something wrong with y'all. I am creeped. I'm creeped. Oh my God. Just please give me a minute, cause I'm like here. I'm all the way up there as far as my creeped out level. Thank God when I'm watching this at night. Oh my God, that would be a whole different reaction. Like, can you just imagine that though? Like somebody, you're cuddling, right? You're holding somebody tight in your arms, and they look at they look at you, nonchalant. I'm gonna pretend like it's my cuddle buddy or something. I promise you, above all else, that, now I want you to listen to me, okay? It's okay. I got you. But look, I promise you that I would never, ever chew on your bones. What? That's a breakup right then and there. That's relationship cut. I don't care who you are. Oh my God. I don't care if you're my girlfriend at the moment, my wife, you know, my co-worker, my friend, my best friend, right? My brother, my sister, right? A family member. I'm cutting everything, and I'm cutting you off completely. Like, I promise you, I'm not going to chew on your bones. Who the fuck says that shit? Laugh one more time. Laugh one more time, bitch.
After tucking him in, he said, "You know, I'd never killed anybody. They didn't have to take my arm. But the ground was all covered in my blood." A few years ago, I was babysitting a friend's daughter. They lived in an apartment with a big patio window.
Right.
She walked up to the glass door leading out to the patio and stared motionless into the night for several minutes. Shortly after, she runs into my arms saying, "Scary, too scary." She wouldn't let me put her down and demanded that I hold her and rock her for the next half hour. Eventually, she started repeating over and over, "The dark coming inside now. The dark coming inside now."
I suggest we haul ass now.
My friend and I were babysitting her 4-year-old cousin one night, and she really believed in all that reincarnation stuff,
Right.
and decided to test out her theories on her little cousin.
What are you saying?
She began asking him questions that he didn't quite understand, but then stated it simply. "What were you before?" He replied that he was a conductor and waved his hands in the motion that a conductor would.
Wow.
The problem with this was that the little boy was born blind. I watched a few kids while their parents were at a movie. I put the youngest kid to bed and watched TV till the parents came home. The next day, the parents called. According to the 4-year-old kid, I stood in the doorway and stared at him for a very long time, smiling. I was so confused and didn't know what to say. My little nephew used to talk about a woman who would visit his room at night.
Man.
He said she wore a red dress, that her name was Franny, and that she would sing to him, and that she floats.
You don't fuck with nobody named Franny. Who names their child that?
I was looking after Jack, a 5-year-old, who said a man named Jacob who was dressed like a lumberjack was sitting next to me on the couch. He must have seen the shock in my face and said, "Don't worry, he doesn't have any arms."
Fuck.
I was heading to the bathroom on the second floor of my aunt's house when I saw my cousin April on the stairs. April was 4 and very animated. She was busy making funny faces while sitting on the stairs. I asked her what she was doing. She said, "I'm copying the lady with the braid." I looked around. There was no one else but us. I asked, "Where is the lady, April?" She pointed to a beam running parallel to the stairway. I asked April, "What is the lady doing?" She said, "Making funny faces." I smiled and started walking up the stairs again when April said something that stopped me in my tracks. "Her braids is around her neck." I turned back and asked April to repeat herself. April pointed. "The lady is hanging by her braid. She's making funny faces." Then April started making a face which I then realized was someone gasping for air. My niece is 4 and talks about her older sister constantly. She's always talking to her too. She's an only child and has no idea her mother had a previous pregnancy a few years back that was a mid-term loss. 2 years ago, I was looking through my elementary school yearbook with my 5-year-old cousin when we were at a page with a 2nd grade class. She pointed to a boy's photo and said, "That looks just like Nicholas." When I asked who Nicholas was, she just said, "The boy in my closet," and kept on looking through the pictures.
I'm sorry, you're not just gonna talk past like you didn't just say what you just said. What? No. Let's go back to what the fuck you know. Let's take a minute and talk about what the fuck you just said. Somebody in your closet? Bruh, if there was somebody in my fucking closet right now that I didn't know, my windows are big enough for me to just... Cause I'm not like my door is closed. That takes a minute. My door takes a minute to get out. So that shit gonna take too long. Then I gotta go out that shit, right? My voice is kind of fucked up, but come out that shit, right? Go all good, right? Open up the door, right? We have 2 locks. You got the top and you got the bottom lock, right? That shit takes about 2-3 minutes to unlock. It really does. I'm kind of over exaggerating, but then come out. Nope. You see, because if somebody was to really come out that closet. Enough said. Enough said.
A few years ago, I was putting my friend's daughter to bed for the night. She was about 3 at the time, and she was fighting about going to sleep. She asked me why she had to go to bed, and I said, "Because it's late and it's time for little girls to get a good night's rest." She then pointed at nothing across the room and said, "What about that little girl?"
I'm not turning around. I'm not turning oh my goodness. If I ever tuck in one of my kids, right, and they did exactly what she did, what about that little girl, or what about that little boy? Just worry about yourself first. Okay, worry about you. Don't worry about anybody else. You gotta stay out. Don't be so nosy. Don't be so that's all. I try to stay out of people's business, right? Fuck. Whatever happened to people minding their own business. That's how you know shit when you don't want to know shit, or like I'm sorry. Y'all think I'm playing when I'm like, I'm either killing my kids or like, alright, that's when I say killing my kids, like, I'm not gonna rule it out, right? I'm gonna leave it as an option, but it's gonna be like the last resort, right? If I like, say for instance, I have a 5-year-old kid right now, right? And right, and randomly I'm in the living room, right, watching TV, and he comes to me randomly and says, I hope you enjoy your sleep tonight. I really do. Because there's gonna be some demons lurking in your house, and and I can't even finish that fucking sentence. That is so disturbing. if y'all have kids, anybody that has kids out there, if any of your kids do anything like this, even come close, I suggest you give them the boot. You know, you haul ass, right? Don't think that shit is cute, because that shit is not cute. It's not funny. It's not adorable. It's not nothing. It's weird and it's scary as a motherfucker. I'm just saying. Please don't prolong that shit. I'm definitely giving my kids the boot if either of them. Oh, hell, if I'm tucking in my kid late at night, right, because it's time for them to go to sleep, I kid you, I might just suffocate them up. You know what? I'm done here. I might catch a case, but fuck it. Keep it cool, keep it classy. I love you. Stay happy. My family.